Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To the air, Williams. He'll get this into the hands of Odunze. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now they'll audible to something else. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It goes as a gain of 8 and moves the chains. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Raiders are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Down to about the 45. You look at this Bears defense. It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
That was a nice play right there, but overall this season, it's been an absolute disaster. A total lack of communication on the back end. They need a leader who can put this team, this unit, on his shoulder pads and carry them to the right spots.
This defense for the Bears, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And they work this out past the 25. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Okay, every now and then, my defensive bias will leak out here. Abysmal play for them. You've got them backed up, and you let them out.
And take advantage. And you know who's happy? The punter. Because if he was needed, they gave him a lot of space to work with now.
Yeah, because he would have had a lot to think about, right? Don't step over the back line and give him a safety. Now he's got room if he needed it.
To throw, it's Williams. And that's going to be incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Let's go now.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Here we go. Set.
Throwing is Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now inside the 25. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's good for a Chicago Bears.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw is Williams. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Caleb Williams, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bears will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Wide open receiver complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
He'll buy some time right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. You look at this Bears defense. They're slightly better than average against the run, number 14 in the NFL.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. But how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he was going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Pass complete right side to Bowers. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it 1st and goal.
Let's go now.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
To throw, Williams. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Set up. Come 19. Come 19.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Working out of the gun, Williams. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Chicago! Rome Odunze, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Bears have taken the lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
That one complete to Trey Tucker. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas. 57 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the 2nd quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. Now they try the right side here. They showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to... And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Michael Mayer, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up-and-down-the-field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
And some space here. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? Five defensive DBs. Backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing, offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there.
Let's go now.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, Odunze wide open. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
19 Lions. Go.
On fourth down, here's Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Bears are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow,
and he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. The sack sets him back a full 10 yards there on first and goal.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on first and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, first and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on first and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at third and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Carlos Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. Third and long coming up. They'll look to throw here. on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And taken right at the 35. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
2nd and 9 now. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
But he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. That'll be caught. It's the rookie from Nebraska with it.
And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st.
They'll go. Here's Williams.
Escaping the pressure right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Dalton Kincaid.
41 yards as his guys are able to extend their lead. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it, having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Throw left side complete. That's White. All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. That is caught and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Open man down the field. It's Bowers.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
It's a big play there for Vegas. 54 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Michael Mayer, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Raiders are back within a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
In motion right, one of the tight ends. Here's Williams. To the left side, into the hands of Odunze. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. A huge play there for Chicago. 43 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there was another 1st down run right there.
Touchdown! Rome Odunze. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Now the point after try for Santos. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
I ain't going to scan downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the 1st half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Now a 2nd and 10. First carry of the game for Zamir White.
And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
3rd down and 10.
They'll set up a throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing is Williams.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Jacorian Bennett has it. How about this?
And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears 16. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they...
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Gervon Dexter able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. First and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on second and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of it.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be third down.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
On play action, they'll throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Gervon Dexter picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
How about this? They'll change it at the line.
The kick by Carlson is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
Looking to throw is Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here.
To throw, it's Williams.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
From the gun, here's Williams. He's got his man. That's a Dunze.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 13-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
To the air, Williams.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Bears have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here this 4th quarter.
Santos now to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
That's to Bowers once again.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 23.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
And twice in a row, the quarterback goes down. This offense needs 2 scores, not giving up 2 sacks.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's to his running back, complete. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Now 1st and goal.
Looking to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he will lose lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe to get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats.